If I want the notebook, I'll have to think of something. Because I can see that if I stick my hand in there, I'm gonna lose it. As arrogant as Dan, but less flexible. I don't want to sit down. Nice painting. Large cans of white paint and little ones with blue pigment. I don't need more pigment or any paint. If I sit here and start to read a book, I won't be able to put it down until morning. My father once caught me sliding down. My backside stung for hours. When I left, only Death, Octopus Herring, the Chupacabras, and some others were left. I like flowers, seriously. October 31st. Greenhouse or imported? His dinner must not have agreed with him. The things it must have seen. It's much too heavy for me to carry. I don't want to listen to the radio. I don't care for the mattress or the pillows. An ice bucket, tongs, and a can of caviar. Expensive caviar. My sister, Anne-Marie, the smart one, uses it to make sandwiches. Fitzrandolph and his secretary certainly know how to live it up. Pencils. What luck! Not even chewed on. Queenie, my bohemian and pretty sister, uses only the finest pencils to draw, but this will do for me. And the magic word for today is caviar. But the real magic would be if something was written on it. The first page has a faint impression of the note Big Albert wrote. Yes, but I can't make out a thing. Warehouse, ASAP.
When she finally found out what Big Albert's note said, Liz headed to Fitzrandolph's storeroom, located behind the mansion.
To the warehouse, then. Hopefully Big Albert and Immaterial Man are still there. I'll turn on my tape recorder.
Easy now.
Immaterial?
The people who did this will be back. Help me.
Count me in. What do? I'm your girl.
The important part is safe and sound now. We'll simply bury the rest. Lights out.
At noon the following day, Dan was awakened by a ringing telephone. It was his boss. Liz and Dan hadn't shown up at the paper that day, and he was, how can I put it, pretty angry.
I won't tolerate another screw-up. You hear me, Mr. Murray?
You know, you don't understand it.
If the story about last night's award ceremony doesn't make the
Sunday edition, you and Miss O'Lear are going to be in hot water. Get clear, Murray.
Very, very hot water, he screamed down the phone. Reluctantly, Dan went back to Fitzrandolph's mansion. Edgar told him that Liz had been seen going into the storeroom, where she evidently was no longer. Finding out what had happened to his beloved colleague was not going to be that easy.
Beloved? My foot. Los Angeles Stadium, Friday night. Manny Brown, Rico Sandretti. That's what counts. It's wood burning. I could open it, throw on some logs, take out the ashes. I don't think so. Must be from some movie. Nice poster. And that's the end of it. Why, I've carried bundles like those, and even bigger ones. But, step by step, I've managed to get to where I am today. Whoa, these are yesterday's news. I have one at home just like it. I always sleep on it, except when I have, company. 5-second rest period and I'm back on the court. This sports business is really tiring. Doesn't this belong to that lunatic? Not that I pay attention to what she wears. Let's hope I don't find more of her clothes lying around here. What's it to me? It's Liz's. I'd stake half my salary. I'd put it on, but with this headache... The only one that was missing from my collection. I once pinched it from a store window and they caught me. I was 5 years old. At 12, I bought it with my first paycheck. An 8-pack. Half my salary, they belong to Octopus Herring. Psychedelic. Psychedelic. MKO pansies. Ha! It seems like Willie has some enemies. What am I going to do, erase it with my tongue? I'll pass. He must have really tied one on. If I try and wake him up, he'll only fake being asleep. He owes me money. That belongs to the Chupacabras. He never plays it in public. Charangote? This is a kit for making margaritas. But the salt shaker shaped like a cactus is kind of funny. They were the Chupacabras. Oh, it's Robo Payne's workshop. What's this? One of the Chupacabra's claws. And I thought they were natural. Nothing. That's not the way to get out. Attaboy. Heyo, Tabby! Attaboy, attaboy. No, I didn't bring you any caviar today, you glutton. Aya, go lay down. I haven't seen him since he was Tabby II. Could he have a genetic memory? They're in there cleaning up after the party, or something like that. And the robots aren't letting anyone in. Plus, Willie might be in there, and he'd invite me to stay for lunch or something, and that would bog me down. My editor lent it to me. It's his wife's. His is in the repair shop because... He lent it to me because mine has been in a slight accident. Some people never learn. And where am I going? That's the ticket. My pal. It was in the trunk. I always carry it in the car. It doesn't matter in which car. And where am I going? Empty-handed? No. The boss is already at the boiling point. No, things always turn out bad with Swedish girls. Sure, I could just go home and take a nap and give the tickets away. Not a chance. That's the ticket. People lose all kinds of stuff at parties. Well, what do you know? It's that idiot Mr. Death's soul extractor. Oh, yes. He was at the party, dying of hiccups, dancing without a partner. What a life. The top compartment holds the souls. Empty. It was in the trunk. I always carry it in the car. Swing and miss? No way. It's really stuck in there. Why not? I know that this makes no sense, but this is my chance to use a bat. I didn't know that the chupacabras had fake nails. If that melancholy robot gets out, I'm going to get mad. This guy is the worst. No, the last time the robot in there caught me, he must have really tied one on. He has no soul to steal. He owes me money, but I'm not going to torture him to get it. He owes me money. I'm keeping it. That makes it downright cozy in here. Should I put out the fire? What for? I don't want to burn this. Before I delivered papers, I was as boring as a Sunday without a football game. But working with the public turned yours truly into the charismatic, irresistible guy that we all know and love. I don't carry these things anymore. He owes me money, but I'm not... Fascinating. Oh, if I really gave it my all, I could, but behind it has the mother of all knots. No ferry service today. I could erase what's written there. I'll pass. Closed. Hey! You in there! Ayo! And who wants to get in? Pirate flicks. Can't stand them. Period. I'm not getting on a pirate ship. Willy's Monster Factory. I don't see why people are so impressed with it. I haven't overlooked anything around here. That's the one Willy uses when he has to go to festivals and other movie events. I haven't overlooked anything around here. Too far away. This? No. I'm not painting this. This? no. It's against Willie, but I'm not adding to it and or rubbing it off. It would end up too messy. They're in there cleaning. Plus, Willie might be in there, and he... My editor lent it to me. It's... And where am I going? They shut it down this week. Let's see if he pays up soon and we can party there again. No, he's at the mansion, and besides, I don't feel like talking to him. Impossible. I couldn't even handle one of them today. That's the ticket. Ayo, Aya, go lay down. I'm not surprised that Chupacabra's in the condition he's in. This one is soulless. I don't want to break this. I don't want to break this. I'm not painting this. I'm not painting this. Where did they take the sarcophagus?
To the Temple of Eternal Illusion.
What is the temple in reality?
A temple.
Well, you're really asking for it.
What a guy. It's a pyramid that Chrome Ha had brought from Egypt, block by block.
And what's this about the temple being impenetrable?
It is. No one's ever gotten in, except for Chrome Ha's performances on Tuesdays. The best part is that the people in the audience don't even know how they got in. They're outside waiting in line, and then suddenly, bam! They're inside, comfortably ensconced in their assigned seats.
What day is it today?
Saturday.
Enough about the temple for the moment. I love the graffiti.
Well, Mr. Fitz-Randolph doesn't. That's why my job is to clean it off.
Is Willie around?
He was at the mansion, but he asked them to get the Zeppelin ready. Maybe he's already there.
MKO Pansies, what's that about?
A new direction for MKO. Fitz-Randolph wants to get out of the horror business and dedicate himself to family films.
Family films don't interest me, but go on.
Just that. Romantic comedies, children's films, even musicals.
I'm still not interested in family films. Go on.
The problem is that not all of the monster actors are in favor of the change, and they're trying to boycott it. In part, I understand them. You build a career scaring people, and then they make you play the Cookie Monster.
Half my salary says the graffiti is Octopus Herring's work.
For sure. Do you know that in Amundsen, it's forbidden to put octopi in your socks, punishable by spanking?
Fascinating. This is starting to bore me. Let's move on. Aya Ellis.
Yeah, Dan.
At last, they opened it.
I'll help you construct, erect it, put together in any weather.
Scientifically impossible.
I'm going to die anyhow.
Morally reprehensible.
But what about poetry, beauty, purity, and artistry?
Economically inviable.
Well, I'll get into one of these.
I won't discuss it. You won't fit, poet.
You fit, you won't fit, you won't.
Whoa, take it easy, Gargantua.
Come on. Hey-o, Dan Murray.
Guilty as charged. And you have pint.
What a guy. Professor Fly, at your service.
Good. And that idiot outside? What's with him?
The poet? He wants me to build him a custom-made teletransporter booth.
Tell a what?
Oh, a neophyte. Let me show you. Two booths. The foolhardy volunteer gets into one of them. And instantly appears in the other.
Does the duck get frequent flyer miles?
Interesting.
Dan understood the great potential in that magnificent invention for furthering his plans, and he made it known to Professor Fly.
Not bad. Have you got a volunteer half pint? Apart from the rubber ducky?
Oh, I wish the poet wanted to, but I won't even discuss it.
Well, now you have one. Let's get on with it.
Oh, that would be morally reprehensible. The teletransporter is still in the Zeta stage. It's randomly lethal, lethally random, especially for the liver. It is for that reason that I only accept volunteers that meet 3 requirements.
1, said Fly, they have to be completely expendable to society. 2, their life expectancy must be less than 1 year, 2 months, 9 days, and 37 minutes. 3, they must pass my psychological test for the purpose of accrediting psychic devastation to the utmost degree.
Let's get to the psychic devastation test. What do you want to bet I beat the record?
Let's get to work. They're just 4 little ink blots. What do you see there?
A pretty little flower.
This is not psychic devastation or anything like it. I'm sorry, try again when you're really dissipated.
My life expectancy is almost nil.
Are you sure? That's experimentally demonstrable. Demonstrably experimental. Do you see that machine in the corner?
Better than you. I don't have bug eyes.
What a guy. But it's true. I can't see all that well because I lost my glasses yesterday. So the machine is called a life-o-meter. It uses the breath to determine the subject's total remaining life expectancy down to the minute.
How much time until he kicks the bucket, right?
Definitively positive. Positively definitive.
What do I have to do for you to consider me socially expendable?
I won't discuss it. You work at the Quill. You're a sports journalism genius.
What do you have to say about the poet? Is he stupid or just pretending to be?
Well, the poet of pain is peculiar.
Peculiar?
Yes, peculiar.
Peculiar in what way?
In a peculiar way.
I get it. Very peculiar?
Between somewhat and very peculiar.
Peculiar, period?
What they call peculiar.
Like this peculiar attempt at a conversation.
It is a somewhat peculiar conversation, yes.
Is this peculiar conversation getting us anywhere?
No, but if you keep insisting, I'm going to start thinking that you're peculiar.
Peculiar? Me?
Peculiar, you.
Why can't he be your volunteer?
Unfortunately, that's scientifically impossible, since my teletransporter booth won't accommodate him. Economically inviable, the cost of building a booth his size would be astronomical. And morally reprehensible, as we are talking about one of the greatest literary figures of our time.
That's his name? Poet?
The Poet of Pain. He's already published 3 volumes of poetry, all with the same theme. Unfortunately, he's beginning to repeat himself.
Has he always gone in for verse?
He used to be a stunt double in the movies. He has a very high tolerance to pain, so he would do anything. He used to specialize in the most physically punishing stunts. The best part is that afterwards, he would tell his colleagues all about the pain he'd experienced. He did it so poetically that someone said to him, "You have got to write this down, man."
What?
My teletransporter booths are in the Zeta stage. They're very dangerous for the volunteer, and the poet sees an enticingly new form of pain in it, and... enticingly new.
Me? Peculiar?
You! Peculiar!
Me? But wasn't it the poet who was peculiar?
Well, the Poet of Pain is... peculiar.
Peculiar?
Yes, peculiar.
Poets. Enough nonsense. Back up to the ceiling, Half-Pint.
What a guy.
Nice contraption. You shouldn't leave these things all over the floor.
Murray, careful walking there. Don't step on my camera.
I'm on top of everything. It's flies. How kind of him. I don't know what it is. I don't want to know. Oh, I'm not touching that. Very funny. When the test's over, I'll smash it. No, for the test, I'll call Half Pint, and that's it. Almost as orderly as my desk at the Quill. None of this interests me. Strange. Let's see, how many decades do I have left?
Years, 5 months, 6 days, 12 hours, 9.
5 years, 6 months, 12 days, 9 hours. Revolting machine. And the worst thing is that I'd have to have less than 2 years left to live for Fly to accept me to be his volunteer. Listen up. I'm going to be the volunteer for... What? You're burning your own hand?
Pain inspires me. A new verse, a fresh new verse. An infernal sun scorches my skin. Implacable, two-faced, cruel.
Want me to break your face? It's no trouble.
No, very trite. It doesn't inspire me. New pains for new verses. Give me novelty.
Good. You stay right here. You're going to go nuts over this. I've got something that might inspire you.
Novelty, novelty. Give me novelty.
Lemon and salt. So, a new verse?
I'm inspired. It's coming to me. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Well, share it.
Like a ravenous zombie, my right eye devours my brain.
What a verse, my friend. What a verse.
Thank you. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
The verses he tosses off reek of psychic devastation. Ayo, poet.
Poet, poet, poet.
My words are enough to cause you pain.
Words too hurt. Interesting concept.
When you were born, the doctor probably slapped your mother.
What a guy. What a guy. I've heard it's been said that she fled when she saw me.
You're peculiar.
That's what they say.
You don't understand. I mean, peculiar in a very bad way.
Peculiarity is not a bad thing. Peculiar is peculiar.
Forget it. It's not worth insulting you, you mental midget. Heya!
Heya.
I've got something that might inspire you.
Novelty. Give me novelty.
A razor. You grab it and you slice here, there, freeform, wherever you want to.
I never repeat myself. I repeat.
You're not saying you've already cut yourself with a razor here and there, freeform, wherever you feel like it?
Novelty, novelty, give me novelty.
Shoot. He's going to go nuts over this. So, a new verse?
I'm in.
Well, share it. What a verse, my friend. What a verse.
Thank you.
I've got something that might inspire you.
Novelty.
A bat. I'm going to break your face and...
I never repeat myself.
You don't say. You've already had your face bashed in with...
Novelty.
Shoot. I've got some...
Novelty.
Spray cans. You stick one in...
Herring, herring, octopus herring.
Yes, they're his. Do you have a problem with that?
Plenty. I despise. I don't want to.
Come on, forget about... I've got something that...
Novelty.
Come on, extract your soul. See if that hurts. So, a new verse? Well, share it.
And you think that doesn't hurt? I've lost a molar.
What a verse, my friend. What a verse.
Thank you. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
Very funny. When the test... Very funny. When... No, for the test, I'll call half pint, and that's it. The farther you are from him, the less ugly he seems.
I'm coming! Everything okay?
Test time.
They're just 4 little ink blots. What do you see there?
A hellish sun scorches my skin. Implacable, two-faced, cruel.
Great answer. Come on, you've only got 3 left. What do you see there?
My eardrum, by 1,000 bees, mortally wounded, buzzing, thunderously ruptures.
Great answer. You still have 2 left. What do you see there?
A ravenous zombie, my right eye devouring my brain.
Great answer. Let's see how you do on the last one. What do you see there?
How is that not supposed to hurt? I've lost a molar.
Great answer, and congratulations,
said Fly.
You're so absolutely morally dissipated that you passed the test. But don't go overboard. I could still fail you.
Get back up there.
What a guy.
If I destroy the boss's wife's car and I let him know it was me, he'll fire me. But then Fly would accept me as a volunteer, and I'd be closer to finding Liz and the story I need to keep from getting fired, which at that point wouldn't do me any good. So, left jab, I go about my business, invent a story, and keep my job. It wouldn't be the first time. Right jab, I get myself fired and I start looking for a half-witted, insufferable daddy's girl, and Los Angeles Stadium, Friday night. Manny Brown, Rico Sandretti. That's all that matters. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I went too far. Ugh. When the boss sees this, I'm out of a job. Loose ends. That's the end of it. Do I look like a photographer of... Wait a minute. Hey, buddy!
Murray! You got a form for execution by firing squad?
Oh, well, I don't know, but I'll check.
Bring me a termination letter!
So, what do you think?
It's uniquely unthinkable. Unthinkably unique.
Dan Murray is socially expendable, said Fly.
Tobby must have dropped this. These pets expire so quickly nowadays. Poor Tobby. Every winter, the same story. Tobby dropped it. Tobby dies every autumn and is reborn every spring. I've got nothing to lose.
Years, 0 months, 0 days, 19 hours, 3.
I know. Pretty impressive, huh?
19 days left to live. Poor guy.
That's what I call a minimum life expectancy, said Fly.
Calm down. As long as I make it to the fight on Friday, everything's fine.
What a guy.
So then, I've got everything right?
You've passed the test. Society considers you expendable. In no time at all, you'll be kicking the bucket.
Dan Murray, you're the perfect volunteer. Good. Let's get to it, replied Dan.
Well, here we go.
Since the booths were working, Dan's next step was clear. He had to send one of them to the residence of the High Priestess Chrome Ha.
Little fishies. I'm not trying to open it. He's not even knee-high to a grasshopper, except when he's flying.
Everything okay?
Teletransporting yourself 5 meters is for amateurs.
That's probably true and truly probable. What do you suggest? I can't leave a booth just lying around.
The storeroom at the mansion. I have access to it. It'll be safe.
That's good, but it's heavy.
You're speaking to Dan Murray. Relax. I'll distract the dynamic Uno. You get in, leave the booth, and get out of there. You got it?
Assimilated and comprehended.
What are you waiting for?
Impossible, Dan. I cannot remove the tattoo on the chupacabras.
Well, and this one, it's smaller.
No, not small, not large, not...
Showtime. Well, here I am. So now what? I'm going to have to teletransport myself 2 more times today. Man shouldn't abuse technology. The poet carried it here by himself. Now that's brute strength. I've got an idea. I'll paint it like a sarcophagus. But, I'll never get it right. It'll never work. Impossible. Well, what do you know? Now it just needs to be taken to the Temple of Eternal Illusion. From what I understand, if the scanner at the Temple of Eternal Illusion detects cerebral activity, it will search the package. I'll wait to transport myself until the booth is in the Temple of Eternal Illusion. So, do I tell him about the sarcophagus, or do I spend the rest of eternity standing here looking at him? Hey, Space Cadet!
Back, Earthling!
There's a sarcophagus in the storeroom.
No way. I already told you that they took it away before, Earthling.
And I say that with those glasses, you can't see a thing.
Seriously?
Seriously. Not one thing.
No. Now, about the sarcophagus.
Seriously, you're already calling. Let them come pick it up.
Take it easy, be careful. And don't you dare scratch my balls there.
Good. Eleonoro says it will take some time to get the booth to the temple. I'll take advantage of the time and get ready for the next big round.
To you. Let's see if it's all clear, vermin. I get in the sarcophagus. You close the door. With my foot, I activate the hidden false bottom. You open the door. The audience is stunned. I'm gone. It's completely empty. Understood?
Mistress, where do you want the large sarcophagus?
What sarcophagus?
But looking like that?
Hey, we're gonna be there in 3 seconds. Give me an Egyptian head honcho's name.
Amenophis
3.
the third.
Yep, it's me.
Draw and quarter him!
I am the Supreme Head Honcho Amenophis 3, Lord of Egypt, quarterback of the Nile, MVP of the...
Be still. Amenophis the third?
the third in the flesh.
I don't know if I remember. Why have you come?
I'm lost. Ever since I lost the dame that gave my life meaning.
Speak. Which woman is that?
I'm looking for the High Priestess Chromha, the woman with the best front end I've ever seen.
You're looking at her.
Baby, I'm your midnight camel driver.
Your brashness tempts me. Your tongue is altogether too loose, Amenophis. But you're lucky that I'm so good. Come with me.
Finally, Dan had done it. He had teletransported himself to the Temple of Eternal Illusion. And if nothing went wrong, he'd live to tell the tale. But unfortunately, the future wasn't looking very bright for everyone involved.
Good afternoon, Miss Solaire. Are you hungry?
20. Why did you knock me out? 12. What did you do to me? 1. My head and my left ear ache. 4. If you come any closer, I will bite you.
At least the pain should pass within the hour. The captain would like you to dine with him. Put this on.
No. Today's the first of the month.
Do it, or
I never dress in black on dates that are prime numbers.
you'll dine naked with the crew.
You've got a point. It's actually more dark gray. Gonna untie me?
So, how was it for you?
It was wonderful, Amenophis. I haven't had a man treat me like that in a long time. No less than what I deserve.
Good for you.
Now you will be my guest. I'll treat you right, and you'll stay by my side forever.
Honey, I'm more of a short-term guy.
That's not the impression I got.
A question of practice. Do me a favor, call your robots and tell them to open the sarcophagus in the theater for me.
Ah! You just can't be good in this life, can you? Amenophis III, not everything in this house can be had so easily.
Forget it. I'll ask the robots myself. And you?
They'll never listen to you. Dr. Zelsius programmed them to obey only the person who is wearing the pendant I have on. And which, as you can see, I never take off under any circumstances.
Fascinating.
Yes, Dan said, fascinating. But he was really thinking, sooner or later, that pendant will be hanging around my neck. Because things being what they are, I'm going to need it to teletransport Big Albert to Fly's laboratory.
You're mine, Amenophis. Take care of my desires and you'll never want for anything. Otherwise, just ask the Oracle of the Shadows.